Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke, together with Rev Yutaka Yamada. Today is Monday, the 23rd of June 2025, or the 28th of May in the 13th year of Chongelguk. Thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parent of earth and humankind, Ji Champunimge Kyombe Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
하전맨세 오 천일급 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 전산세계와 대산적 지산세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 5. Our family, the owner of Chongelguk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love.
Thank you. The opening prayer today is a prayer Mother gave at the Death Valley Holy Ground. Beloved Heavenly Parent, today in Nevada's Death Valley, the lowest place in this continent, we feel the touch of the Creator, our Heavenly Parent. You knew that for life to circulate and reproduce according to the principles of creation, salt is absolutely necessary, and you generously provided it to both humans and the animal world. What a tremendous and grateful thing this is. However, humanity has lost the essence of the Creator and also lost its own essence. Amidst this, you have endured so much while waiting and carrying out the providence to save fallen humanity. After a long wait, in 1960, you sent the true parents. Through them, many true families have been established who can come closer to heaven. But when we think of the 8 billion people in the world who still do not know you, the Heavenly Parent, we realize how minuscule that number is. Heavenly Parent, in this year of the Blue Dragon, the 12th year of Chongelguk, your children are ready to expand the heavenly providence. Their efforts will enable leaders from over 200 countries to lead lives akin to salt, becoming role models for humanity and drawing closer to you, our Creator and Heavenly Parent. With more blessed families in Chongelguk and the Chombo families, people capable of fulfilling these salt-like responsibilities will emerge in every corner of the world. Through these righteous people, nations that serve the Heavenly Parent will be established. And if this time can be advanced to be realized in 2024, we desire to embrace the day that leads us towards the Chongwon-gun entrance ceremony in 2025, where all of heaven will prepare to receive glory. This ceremony will be a feast of praise before you, Heavenly Parent, honoring your long-awaited patience. Heavenly Parent, today in this Death Valley, we, your children, the salt of the earth, desire to expand your realm through the efforts of those who respect heaven. Many such righteous salt-like people arise abundantly in this continent, this country, and all over the world. Bless our efforts, Heavenly Parent. May this place foster the rebirth of humanity worldwide, and may this nation produce many righteous, salt-like people remembered by heaven. We earnestly pray this in the name of the true parents. Arju. Thank you, and let's give a warm welcome to Rev Yutaka as he shares this morning.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. It's the starting moment of the new day and new week. let's offer the chanson and also victory to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Now the world is currently facing a period of instability regarding the conflict in the Middle East. Maybe you watch the news. The United States has attacked Iran. So we must watch carefully to see how the situation develops. And I sincerely ask for everyone for pray and also devotion. Now in Philippines, we are having the 21 days spiritual workshop. And based on this fulfillment of 21 days spiritual workshop of Asian Pacific, we will start the 40 days witnessing condition period in the Asian Pacific area from July 4th. Of course, each nation is doing witnessing already, but we will also connect with the heart and more focusing and encouraging our brothers and sisters to involve together, not only missionary, but also the blessed families, second generation, and to join the witnessing activities. So I'd like to share the activity photo. You can see this is the Sydney side. So Sydney side is now arranging the reception room to be the small cafe. So mother Hans cafe or mom's cafe, they try to make some name, but you can see this beautiful place. So this is the entrance reception area of the Peace Embassy. So through this place, also invite the new guest, educate, and also they can have the time to share their heart. And now Sydney side is preparing about the exhibition for introducing to the parents. So after preparing these things, we open the Peace Embassy for the general public and to invite any kind of person to Peace Embassy and introduce our true parents. So after this, we can guide the people to each organization, each activity, and of course, education line of our true parents and family federation. And now UPA and missionary, centering on UPA missionary, we are preparing the new education contents about the Champumoron. And of course, Sydney had the pipeline for witnessing. So we are now combining the things. So we will establish one witnessing pipeline well. So if we could establish the things, we can more open and educate peoples. So when we do our Sunday service, also same traditional Sunday service or youth service or music choir service, open service, multicultural service, we can create spiritual service, many kind of development, and we will really open to many brothers and sisters. So please involve and support well. Next, this is the Solomon Island. So Solomon Island, once or 2 weeks, they are doing the witnessing DP seminar. So this is 2 days ago when they organized the one-day DP seminar. Around 50 youth attended. So you can see many young people are coming together. So how to educate them and guide and to connect with our heavenly parent. This is important way. So our missionary, Heavenly Top missionary from Japan, they are doing also the hard work together with Solomon youth peoples. So we will break through the things. And the New Zealand side is also open the cafe and to invite new guests and new approaching system. And Vanuatu also, they are organizing the witnessing through Toin Mudo. So there are many kind of the way of approaching and depends on target, depends on environment. We have to seek what's the best way. The important point is to guide and introduce our Heavenly Parent and to open the way to let them connect to our true parents. So let's continuously pray and support and also share the heart of our Heavenly Parent. So thank you, our brothers and sisters, to involve all the providential activity and your love. Okay? So today, let's continue to share the value of true parents in heaven's providence. So now, chapter 6, the central providence for the farm settlement of Channikuk. And today, we are now asking the several sisters to be volunteer to lead. So we are continuously asking only Mrs. Na, but from today, these 2 weeks, Mrs. Leighton will lead the Fundok contents. So thank you, Mrs. Leighton. So please read.
2. The proclamation of Cheongguk Foundation Day. The 16th day of the 3rd month in 1960 was the day of True Parents' holy wedding. This was a day that Heavenly Parent had long been waiting for. Heavenly Parent hoped that this day would become Foundation Day, when Heavenly Parent and True Parents could become one on earth and begin the earthly providence. For True Parents to attend Heavenly Parent on earth, it was necessary to have a foundation of national restoration centered on a foundation within Christianity. However, since the national foundation to attend Heavenly Parent on earth was not established, Heavenly Parent could not begin the earthly providence in unity with True Parents on earth.
Yes, thank you. So the hope of Heavenly Parent is to send the true parents on this earth, but not only sending the true parents. After sending the true parents, true Heavenly Parent want to use the true parents' body to appear on this earth to live together with brothers and sisters or families. But because of the lacking of the national foundation, that moment was postponed. Please.
The 53 years from 1960, when True Parents' holy wedding was held, to Foundation Day in 2013, was the providence of searching for a nation with a strong Christian foundation, so that people might attend Heavenly Parent on earth. True Parents' marathon in search of a nation that could attend Heavenly Parent on earth continued until Foundation Day in 2013. They worked tirelessly to embrace the world with the sole thought of restoring a nation. Words cannot describe the battle they fought with their tears and blood.
Yes. So how important to create the national restoration and create the foundation, the national foundation. So this providence was fulfilled centering on the Foundation Day. Please.
Just under 6 months before Cheongguk Foundation Day, True Father ascended to the spirit world. But Heavenly Parent asked True Mother to proceed as planned and proclaim Cheongguk Foundation Day. True Mother knew that heaven's situation was such that the proclamation of Foundation Day could be delayed no longer. Knowing Heavenly Parent's heart, situation, and hopes, True Mother, the only begotten daughter, determined to obey heaven's command, and accordingly she proclaimed Foundation Day and the founding year of Cheongguk.
Yes, there is the heaven's providence and there is heavenly timetable. So January 13, 2013, this was already announced earlier, the year 2000. So before True Father Sonfa, True Fathers or True Parents many times emphasized to reach the day of the Foundation Day, January 13 and 2013. So last time we share the history of the providence from 2000 to 2012. There are many kind of announcement. There is many kind of the proclamation and achievement. And after True Father's Sonfa, after Father went to the spiritual world, True Mother continuously is leading the providence and to complete the providence. Please.
True Mother, who proclaimed the founding year of Cheongguk, is substantially realizing the dream of the invisible Heavenly Parent who exists in the realm of spirit and who desires to become one with perfected human beings and thus embrace and guide humanity as the visible True Parents in substantial form. True Mother is also showing us the example of how citizens of Cheongguk should attend and live with Heavenly Parent. Through the various facilities of Hyojong Chongwon, she's showing us that this is the way to attend and live with Heavenly Parent.
Yes. So who can now show the many wishes and dreams of the Heavenly Parent? The Mother on earth, our true Mother on earth, can show them through her presence. That is what she is currently doing. Please.
3. Setting up the framework for Chongguk. True Mother established the framework for Chongguk around the time of the proclamation of Chongguk Foundation Day. Mother restored the name Heavenly Parent to God.
I
Sorry.
Mistake the 13. Maybe you can just read.
Okay. Mother restored the name Heavenly Parent to God and changed the title Tribal Messiah to Heavenly Tribal Messiah in accordance with the progress of the Providence. True Mother also promulgated the Chongguk Constitution, initiating the formation of the constitutional structure of Chongguk. In addition, she published and dedicated new scriptural works for the Chongguk era.
Yes, so True Mother organized and did many kinds of things. True Mother established the framework for Chongguk around the time of the proclamation of Chongguk Foundation Day. So each proclamation, each arrangement has also deep meanings. Please.
For the eternal future of Chongguk, moreover, Mother has advanced the providence by setting up 3 central strategies for Chongguk: witnessing, creating environments for witnessing, and cultivating capable young people. She's expanding the citizenry of Chongguk through witnessing and is developing Hyojong Chongwon as the restored Garden of Eden in order to establish a witnessing environment.
Yes. So activity side is also same. These 3 points are always the emphasizing point of our providence. Please.
Mother has also created a wider environment for witnessing through the Universal Peace Federation, UPF, and other providential organizations. She established the Universal Peace Academy, UPA, to cultivate young leaders for the eternal future of Chongguk, and using the proceeds from the sale of True Parents helicopter, she established the Wonmo Pyeonggae Foundation to provide scholarship funding for the younger generation.
Yes. So each activity has a meaning and also the aim and direction. The role of UPF is also big, and establishment of role of UPF is also big, and the establishment of UPA to raise up the young future leader, that's also the important. So when we see about the current providence, in order to establish the substantial nation of Chongguk with current providence, how should we do? That's why True Mother is showing the bigger framework of Chongguk. And this point is the important point of the movement in each countries. Mother is emphasizing about national restoration or even the world restoration. Then how much seriously are we preparing these things for in each nation, and what kind of a thought or plan do we have and to invest this providential activity? Last time also I mentioned several times. So for example, Australia or New Zealand or some countries, prime minister or president said, I totally moved and also realize now the importance of a heavenly parent, importance of true parents. And now I want to offer this nation to Holy Mother Han. Please govern this nation. Please guide this nation. So if head of states or prime minister is visiting to your country, then how do you reply? Can you say, no problem, I will do that, we will do that. So let's create the Chongguk in this place. Can we say like this? Or, sorry, we are not ready yet. Please continue to take care of our country. So what kind of things can we say to our leader of the nation? Every place or every moment, there is the heaven's timetable. And someday, That moment should have come to each nation, and someone have to prepare for that day. Then who will do and who are doing? Now we are here as a representative of Heavenly Parent and true parents. So even we are doing many kind of providential activity, but how we can connect our Heavenly Parent and true parents will, wish, and foundation to the development of our city, society, and nation. How can we build the new country centering on our Heavenly Parent? This point of view is important. So True Mother is always seeing with this kind of view and guide the providence and wishing us to have a same dream. That's why dream of our Heavenly Parent, dream of our true parents, and dream of our, of course, true Father. Mother is really investing, so we also will have our same dream and to invest together. Please.
The 7-year course after the opening of Cheongguk, 2013 to 2020. 1. True Mother's 3-year course of memorial devotions at Father's tomb. For the first 3 years after True Father's Songhua, every day, True Mother offered memorial devotions at Father's tomb, establishing an internal foundation of deep unity. For those 3 years, True Mother prayed to ask Heavenly Parent for compassion, forgiveness, and love for True Father.
Yes, the 7-year course after the opening of Cheongguk. So after Foundation Day, after Songhua, what did True Mother do? She offered special 3 years Johnson condition. So going to Father went to the spiritual world or opening the Foundation Day. It was a great transition moment of our providence even in the history. That's why True Mother deeply prayed and seek and offered special Johnson condition. Please.
True Father's mission should have been completed on earth, but as he had been unable to conclude his work before his Songhua, True Mother offered memorial devotions for True Father over the course of 3 years. At the 3rd anniversary of True Father's Songhua, which marked the conclusion of the 3-year period of memorial devotions, True Mother entreated heaven that True Father could be liberated as being worthy of heaven's praise, and she promised, I will take responsibility here on earth.
Yes, True Father offered the whole life in order to complete the heavenly providence. That was to establish the nation of Cheongguk, and that was to restore the all humankind. So even now, Father went to the spiritual world, but still providence is going on. So Mother is continuing to carry on and to invest to fulfill this providence.
Father, please do not worry from now on. We will fulfill our responsibilities without fail. Therefore, Father, in the eternal garden of the original homeland, Bonghyangwon, we pray that you will comfort our Heavenly Parent who has been lonely, and that you will be set free as the recipient of God's praise.
So I will read this part again. Father, please do not worry from now on. We will fulfill our responsibilities without fail. Therefore, Father, in the eternal garden of the original homeland, Ponyangwon, we pray that you will comfort our Heavenly Parent who has been lonely, and that you will be set free as the recipient of God's praise. So we can see this is the heart of True Mother toward our True Father.
At the conclusion of these 3 years of memorial devotions, True Mother declared that, centered on Hyojinim's family and Hungjinim's family, True Parents' family had completed their 4-position foundation in heaven and on earth. She instructed that Hyojinim's portrait be displayed in Cheongsimwon, now Cheongsimwon, so that members can attend Hyojinim along with True Parents, Daemonim, and Hunjinim. And she said that Hyojinim and Hunjinim were united as restored first and second born sons.
Yes. So this providence was also emphasized, centering on the children family, especially Hyojin-nim's family and Hyunjin-nim's family. Please.
She said, until now, Hyunjin-nim, the commander-in-chief, was positioned at the center of the spirit world, but now Hyojin-nim is in the position to serve true parents as the eldest son. From the 3rd anniversary of Father Songhwa, when True Parents family completed the 4-position foundation in heaven and on earth, True Mother introduced the concept of Hyojong, filial heart.
Yes. So this is the emphasis of the Hyojong, the filial heart. Please.
Heavenly Parent is a being of deep heart, Shimjong. However, even Heavenly Parent cannot experience that deep heart alone. In order for Heavenly Parent to actually experience heart and love, an absolute counterpart of that deep heart must appear. When such an absolute counterpart of Heavenly Parent's deep heart appears, through the process of becoming one, through give and take action, Heavenly Parent experiences a great explosion of heart. In the original Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were supposed to become absolute counterparts of Heavenly Parent's heart. To do so, they had to perfect themselves and their family. The way for Adam and Eve to become absolute counterparts of Heavenly Parent's heart is through Hyojong, offering filial heart for heaven.
Yes. So what is Hyojong? Hyojong is the filial heart, the heart to be offered from the children to the parent, offering filial heart for the heaven. So when Heavenly Parent created Adam and Eve, there was Heavenly Parent wish and dream. Heavenly Parent wanted to live together with children as the parent, try to create the relationship between parents and child, create the one family under Heavenly Parent, that ideal, but it was not fulfilled. That's why now enter the era of Chaniguk. Mother is strongly introduced this filial heart or heart of Hyojong. So through offering filial heart to the Heavenly Parent, this becomes also comfort of our Heavenly Parent and fulfill the dream of the Heavenly Parent. Please.
Adam and Eve, who were created as God's son and daughter, were the first to receive God's parental love and experience the heart of children as they grew up. During their growth, they could also feel the heart of a brother and sister for each other. Next, after being blessed in marriage by God, they were to become a couple, and by loving each other, they were to experience the heart of a husband and wife. Finally, after having children and loving them as true parents, they were to feel the heart of parents and also experience the parental heart through which God loved them as children.
Yes. So artistic relationship and 4 great realms of heart. When we grow up to experience these 4 great realms of heart, we will also embody of the heart of Heavenly Parent. So children's heart, a sibling's heart, or conjugal heart, and also the parent's heart and love. So through experiencing these things, we can also embody to our relationship with Heavenly Parent. Please.
Throughout their lives, True Father and True Mother went through the course to become the absolute counterparts of Heavenly Parent's love and deep heart. Finally, through True Mother's 3 years of memorial devotions at True Father's tomb, True Parents completed the 4-position foundation in heaven and on earth and became the complete counterparts to Heavenly Parent's heart, Shimjong. Thus, True Parents fully experienced the heart of Heavenly Parent, who is our parent. They introduced the concept of Hyojong, filial heart, to humankind, so that by practicing Hyojong, all people could receive the blessing and become the perfect counterparts of Heavenly Parent's heart.
Yes. So through Father or through Mother or our Heavenly Parent, the central or deep part is the Shimjong. So we can also learn the love is coming from Empress of the Shimjong, 심정 is coming from the stimulation of the heart. So how we can understand the heart of the world, how true parents also embody this deeply, this heart, and try to deliver this message to the humanity or all children, so we can understand those points. So the create relationship for our all humanity with Heavenly Parent, that is the original relationship and original connection. So we can see this part again. So this is the final slide today, please.
What happens when we experience Heavenly Parent's heart through our practice of filial love, Hyojong? When Heavenly Parent's heart of love, filled with a natural longing flowing from deep within, encounters humanity's filial love at the central point of heaven and earth, an explosion of heart occurs. When this happens, one feels the thrill of true love. Within that thrill, the joy and delight of creation are felt simultaneously through the 5 spiritual senses and the 5 physical senses. Anyone who registers as a citizen of Cheongguk can experience this explosion of heart.
So I read again. What happens when we experience Heavenly Parent's heart through our practice of filial love, Hyojong? When Heavenly Parent's heart of love, filled with a natural longing flowing from deep within, encounters humanity's filial love at the central point of heaven and earth, an explosion of heart occurs. When this happens, one feels the thrill of true love. Within that thrill, the joy and delight of creation are felt simultaneously through the 5 spiritual senses and the 5 physical senses. Anyone who registers as the citizen of Cheongguk can experience this explosion of heart. So we will continuously practice these things and we will fulfill these things. So today we share about the Champumoron and also chapter 6, how those providence was going on before the foundation day and also after the foundation day. Establishment of Cheongguk is our eternal hope and also our purpose of our providence. All humanity accept our Heavenly Parent as own parent and to connect between parents and child and create the relationship between Heavenly Parent and all humanity. So each day we are of course doing the many kind of activities, witnessing, but always we should not forget the Heavenly Parent dream and what is the core point or wish of our Heavenly Parent. Then our even whatever we are doing in each place, all heart, all purpose, all aim will be automatically connected, and also we can return the happiness to our Heavenly Parent. So each day is the precious time. Let's continuously go forward and create the beautiful moment. So thank you for joining today's morning Hundoke. Have a great time. 감사합니다.
Samnida, thank you very much, Rev Yutaka, for sharing this morning and highlighting the Chompumarong. Yes, many things, just reflecting on the fact that 1960, the True Parents' Holy Wedding, was meant to be the foundation day, but because there was no nation, it was delayed, and so we went together, with True Parents through this 53-year wilderness course until 2013, where Foundation Day was declared and opened, but still, there's a particular timetable that God follows, and it can't be changed because God follows a particular plan according to all the different milestones that the central figures throughout history have done, but according to the fulfillment at each milestone determines the advancement of the providence according to God's dream. And so even though we know there's no solid national restoration, still Foundation Day had to be declared and opened, and Chongalguk is here. And so we're already in the 13th year of Chongalguk, and Mother built that framework because on her own, because Father was in spirit world, and of course with the full support of heaven and our true Father. But still, so that frustration of not having a nation really is something that weighs heavy, I'm sure, on God's heart, because it should have happened. Always, this should have happened, but it doesn't. And then we go to the next thing. I mean, obviously, Adam and Eve should never have fallen, but we have all of this history, but that history is past because it's been restored by our true parents. And Chongalguk really is here, but there. I mean, I wonder, as you announced Rev Yutaka this morning, and I was watching the news last night, about the US getting involved in Iran and bombing those nuclear sites, 3 of them, as a consequence of not having the God's heavenly nation truly substantial. And the world is waking up well, we hope it's waking up to realize a world of peace, but it seems to be going the other way, escalating, and so different if Christianity received our true parents at the end of the Second World War. Instead of creating a divided Korea, it should have emerged as a united Korea. But we know it's always this constant battle between heaven and hell. And just was reflecting on how sad and happy God was at the holy wedding. At last, true parents are here, but still the Foundation Day is not. The nation has not been restored. And yes, I just thinking about those things, and then how Mother is just moving forward with Chongalguk and setting up those 3 witnessing strategies or central strategies, being all revolved around witnessing and the environment for witnessing and raising capable youth leaders. But then reminding us this whole, talking about this reality and the strategy, but then reminding us that it's all because of our Heavenly Parents' heart, that we really need to unite our hearts. And if we can truly unite our hearts, then we can experience true love, as it mentioned, their heavenly heart and our filial heart, Shojon. If we can truly practice that, then we experience that explosion of love through all our senses. So and then seeing how the true children, Shojanim and Kunjanim, and interestingly thinking about the 2 4-position foundations, one spiritual and one physical, and that the 2 brothers are fully united. Anyway, there's still many things that thinking about and reflecting on. So some of my thoughts and open up to anyone else who'd like to share. So thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, True Father said many times how much he wanted to establish a nation. I don't know how many speeches I heard Father say, in New York when he was talking about establishing a nation, and we still didn't have one. And even I think it was like a few months before Father passed away. Before I was in Korea, we were at the Cheongjung-gung, and Father was talking then about a nation. And I remember Mr. Otsuka was there. And he said to Mr. Otsuka, your name means cemetery. And he said, but you still don't have a nation for me to be able to rest. I can't remember exactly. I can't quote exactly, but it was basically, expressing his regret even at that point of not having a nation where he could actually peacefully be lie down, after he passed away. But so it was sort of True Father desperately wanted a nation, and it was just didn't happen. I think the providence was, as hard as True Father worked and True Parents worked, we just collectively couldn't accomplish that. So so we're still doing it. We're still striving to acquire a nation, for like a substantial nation. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. Yes, Reverend Stone.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Mary. The impression that I got from the readings, as you know, Mary was saying, Father went to the spirit world without, before a nation, and he wanted to spend just one day in a nation, and so but just Mother's heart to try to resolve all things. And so she spent 3 years in prayer every day at Father's a place of rest, and in a sense, like repenting, that wasn't accomplished. Also, Hyojinim, we know he had a tumultuous life, many challenges, and she wanted to set him up in the spirit world in his proper position as the eldest son. So just the whole impression I got was the mother's heart to, like the ocean, to forgive all things, bring everything back to the right position. And it's very comforting for us as well. We can understand God's heart to forgive us all for our shortcomings and, things we should have accomplished or perhaps didn't. Yeah, anyway, I just felt that heart of Mother coming through strongly this morning. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and just sort of saying what we know and can see, especially the restoration of the eldest son and the fact that Shincheonnim are also the children of Hyojinim, taking responsibility as central figures in the providence. It's pretty amazing, really, that how this has panned out in the third generation, which Shincheonnim are in the third generation. Yeah, it's really, that restoration of the elder sonship is really, we're kind of seeing that, and I think even all the true children will recognize that, even the youngest sons who are not following true mother at this time, that Hyojinim is the eldest son of the family and has to take that position, and his children also. Yeah, anyway, lots of really amazing things are happening all around us. Yeah, just thought I would mention that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And Sammy, you wanted to say something?
Yes. I can't remember when Reverend Jones mentioned, like Vatican's kind of the independent country from Italy or somewhere, then like Capion area, Capion the independent from Korean government, then it's already joined, if Capion the restore, it's a kind of as country, as a joint group something. Did you mention before, about 1 month, 2 months ago? Someone mentioned about, so become the joint group, the Capion area something. No?
Yeah, it did mention like a Vatican state, because there was no nation, and so they're focusing on the Gapion area to restore it, to represent the nation, not necessarily become a nation, but to be the starting point of the nation there. And so they're doing a lot of projects in that area to restore, and seem to be getting a lot of success with the mayors and the people there, supporting. So, so like as a precursor to, the whole nation becoming, restored. Yeah.
That's why with Mary and Doug on King Island, once they restore the people there, they will secede from Australia, and they'll become an independent island nation. Go for it, Mary.
There was a movement before to secede on King Island.
Yeah, well, you're there for that purpose, Mary. You got the title King Island, all right. Go for it.
I'd love to be able to restore King Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another little comment.
Anyway, in one sense, there are no borders for us. And so the whole world is our kingdom. And we are building all throughout the world, one world beyond borders. And I guess, obviously, initially God wanted a nation, Israel, and it killed all the enemies around it, actually, literally. Saul was told to kill everybody. But once a nation is formed, then Jesus came and said you shouldn't kill enemies, you should love them. And it is through love, So I guess it's a certain kind of mind that, there are no barriers and no borders for us. And the whole world needs to be one world, I guess that's where we're heading for the day when there will be no borders. Anyway, stretching the mind. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everyone. It is time for us to offer our unison prayers, so I'll just bring up the screen. There it is. Okay, let's pray together. Jew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Rev Yutaka, for sharing, and I hope everyone has a great day. See you all again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye. Have a good day.